Maya slammed the door shut behind her, but the howling wind of the Chicago blizzard swallowed the sound whole. Snow whipped against her face like shards of glass, her thin jacket no match for the sub-zero temperatures that clawed at her skin. She had nowhere to go, no money in her pockets, just the echoing words of her mother's scream. "You're dead to us!" ringing in her ears as she stumbled down the icy steps, her world shattering in an instant. What had started as a quiet evening confession had exploded into chaos. Maya had finally mustered the courage to tell her parents about Elodie, the woman who had become her everything over the past year. But instead of understanding, her father had lunged forward, his face twisted in rage, calling her a disgrace to the family name. Her mother, tears streaming down her cheeks, had dialed the phone right there in the living room, muttering about saving her soul through some conversion camp. Maya grabbed her coat and ran, but not before hearing her brother whisper, "We should call the cops on her for this." The betrayal cut deeper than the cold ever could. As she trudged through the mounting snowdrifts, Maya's mind raced. "Why did I think they would accept me?" she thought, her breath coming in ragged gasps. All those years of hiding, pretending to date boys in high school, laughing at their homophobic jokes just to fit in, and for what? To be thrown out like trash? The streetlights flickered dimly through the storm, casting long shadows that mirrored the darkness swelling inside her. She pulled out her phone, her fingers numb, and texted Elodie. "They know. I'm out in the snow. Help." But the battery died before she could hit send, leaving her utterly alone. Elodie, meanwhile, paced her small apartment across town, glancing at the clock every few seconds. They had planned to meet for dinner, but Maya was late, unusually late. Something's wrong, Elodie thought, her stomach twisting. She had always sensed the tension in Maya's family, the conservative values that clashed with their love. Elodie's own coming out had been smoother. Her parents, though surprised, had eventually embraced her. But Maya? Her family was a minefield of expectations, where being gay was seen as a moral failure, a choice that could be fixed. Elodie grabbed her keys, deciding to drive over despite the weather warnings blaring on the radio. Maya collapsed against a bus shelter, the wind rattling the plexiglass walls. Her thoughts spiraled into the past. The first time she met Elodie at that coffee shop downtown, how their eyes locked over steaming lattes, and a spark ignited that she couldn't ignore. "I knew then it was real," she reflected, hugging her knees. "But love like this comes with a price. Am I willing to pay it?" The cold seeped into her bones, making her question everything. Was hiding forever better than this exile? No, she decided, clenching her fists. But doubt lingered, heavy as the snow. Hours blurred into a haze until headlights pierced the whiteout. Elodie skidded to a stop, jumping out and rushing to Maya's side. "Oh God, Maya! What happened?" she cried, wrapping her in a blanket from the car. Maya broke down, sobbing the story out between shivers. Elodie's heart ached. She pulled Maya close, whispering assurances. But inside, Elodie wrestled with her own fears. If her family reacts like this, what about mine? Will they turn on us too? Driving back to her apartment, the road slick and treacherous, Elodie glanced at Maya, who stared blankly out the window. This was just the beginning of the storm. In the warmth of Elodie's place, Maya thawed physically but not emotionally. They sat on the couch, hot cocoa in hand, as Maya recounted every detail. "They said I'm sick, Elodie. That I need help." Elodie's eyes flashed with anger. "They're wrong. We're not broken." But Maya couldn't shake the guilt. What if I'm tearing my family apart? She pondered silently. Is loving her worth losing everything? Elodie suggested Maya stay with her permanently, but the idea terrified Maya. What if her parents found out and made things worse? The next morning, a pounding on the door jolted them awake. It was Maya's brother Alex, his face stern under a wool hat dusted with snow. "Maya, you need to come home. Mom's hysterical." Maya stood her ground. "Not until you accept who I am." Alex's expression hardened. "This isn't about acceptance. Dad's talking to a lawyer. They think Elodie's corrupting you." The accusation stung like a slap. Elodie stepped forward, voice steady. "Leave or I'll call the police." Alex left, but not before warning. "You're making a huge mistake." Maya's mind whirled. Corrupting me? As if love is a crime. But the seed of doubt grew. She loved Elodie fiercely, yet the societal weight pressed down. Whispers at work, judgmental stares from strangers. In America, progress had been made, but in their conservative suburb, being lesbian still invited scorn. Elodie held her, but Maya pulled away slightly. What if they're right? What if this is wrong? Elodie's heart sank. She's questioning us now? After everything? The tension simmered, unspoken words hanging like storm clouds. Days passed in uneasy quiet. Maya avoided calls from home, focusing on job hunting since her parents had cut her off financially. Elodie supported her, but resentment built. Why can't she fight back harder? Elodie thought. One evening over dinner, Maya confessed, I feel like I'm betraying them by being with you. The words pierced Elodie. Betraying them? What about us? The argument escalated, voices rising. Maya stormed out, wandering the snowy streets again. Her inner turmoil raging. Choose family or love. Why can't I have both? Back at the apartment, Elodie stared at the door, her chest tight. How did we get here? She wondered, replaying their fight. She had always been the steady one. The optimist who believed love conquered all. But Maya's wavering shook her core. Pacing the room, Elodie thought about her own sacrifices, turning down a job in New York to stay in Chicago for Maya, enduring subtle digs from friends who didn't understand. Is this worth it if she's not all in? Maya returned hours later, cheeks flushed from the cold. I'm sorry, she murmured, collapsing into Elodie's arms. They reconciled with quiet words, but the fracture lingered. News from home worsened things. A voicemail from her mother, pleading yet accusatory. Come back, Maya. We can get you help. That girl is poisoning you. Maya deleted it, but the words echoed. Poison? Elodie's the only one who sees me truly. Yet doubt gnawed at her, fueled by years of internalized shame. At work, Elodie confided in a colleague, Sarah, who was openly gay. Her family's destroying her, Elodie said. Sarah nodded sympathetically. Families like that, they're scared. But you can't let them win. Inspired, Elodie planned a surprise, contacting a local LGBTQ support group for Maya. But when she told Maya, resistance flared. I don't need therapy for being me. Maya snapped. Or do I? She thought privately. The conflict deepened, Maya's inner battle between self-acceptance and familial loyalty intensifying. Then came the letter. Slipped under the door, it was from Maya's parents' lawyer, accusing Elodie of alienation of affection and threatening legal action if Maya didn't return home. Maya read it aloud, voice trembling. They're saying you're manipulating me. Elodie's blood boiled. This is insane. It's not even a real claim in most states. But in Illinois, remnants of such laws lingered, twisted for their purpose. Maya crumpled the paper. How far will they go to control me? Elodie urged Maya to fight back, suggesting they consult a lawyer of their own. But Maya hesitated. They're my family, El. What if this destroys them? Elodie exploded. What about what it's doing to you? To us? The room filled with silence, heavy with unspoken fears. That night, Maya lay awake, her mind a whirlwind. Losing Elodie would kill me, but so would cutting off my roots. Is there no middle ground? The pressure mounted when Alex showed up again, this time with a police officer. Maya, Mom reported you missing, he said flatly. The cop eyed them suspiciously. Ma'am, your parents are worried. They mentioned possible coercion. Elodie stepped in. She's an adult. This is harassment. The officer left after verifying Maya's safety, but the incident shook them. Maya confronted Alex. Why are you doing this? He sighed. Because we love you. This lifestyle, it's not you. Lifestyle? Maya thought bitterly. It's who I am. But his words stirred old guilts. Elodie, feeling the strain, began questioning her own commitment. Am I fighting for someone who might leave? She confided in her mother over the phone, who advised, love shouldn't be this hard. The doubt crept in, making Elodie distant. Maya noticed, leading to another clash. You're pulling away. Maya accused. Elodie retorted. Because you're not choosing us. The words hung like daggers, each woman grappling with the cost of their love. Seeking solace, Maya attended the support group alone. Hearing stories of rejection and resilience, she felt a spark of hope. I'm not alone, she realized. But returning home, she found Elodie packing a bag. I need space, Elodie said, tears in her eyes. This is tearing me apart. Maya's world tilted. Have I pushed her away? Begging her to stay, Maya promised to stand firm. Elodie relented, but the fragility was palpable. The next blow came via email. Maya's father had frozen her bank accounts, claiming guardianship concerns due to her mental instability. Panicked, Maya called home. "Dad, this is cruel." He responded coldly. "Come back, get straight, and it's yours." Straight? As if it's a switch. The ultimatum forced a decision. Elodie held her as she cried, but inside Elodie wondered, will she break? Maya's resolve hardened. She applied for jobs furiously, vowing independence. But societal whispers amplified the pain. A neighbor's glare, a coworker's joke. Why must we pay so dearly for love? She pondered. Elodie, meanwhile, faced her own backlash when her boss questioned her focus amid the drama. The couple clung together, but cracks widened. One night, after a heated call with her mother, Maya snapped at Elodie. "Maybe they're right. Maybe this is too hard." Elodie's heart shattered. Is this the end? The silence after Maya's words was deafening. Elodie stared at her, disbelief etching her features. Too hard? Love is supposed to be worth the fight. Maya buried her face in her hands. Why did I say that? She thought, regret flooding her. But the truth lingered. The constant battles were exhausting. They talked through the night, unpacking layers of hurt. Elodie admitted her fears of abandonment. Maya confessed her guilt over disappointing her family. By dawn they reached a tentative peace, but the wounds were fresh. Escalation came swiftly. Maya's parents filed a restraining order against Elodie, claiming she was a threat, based on fabricated stories of influence. The court notice arrived like a bomb. "This can't be real," Elodie whispered, scanning the document. Maya raged internally. "They're weaponizing the law against us. What kind of love does that?" They hired a pro bono lawyer from the support group, who warned, "This is emotional warfare. Fight smart." In court, the tension was electric. Maya's mother testified tearfully. "She's changed since meeting that woman. We just want our daughter back." Maya's father nodded solemnly. Maya on the stand fought back tears. "I love Elodie. That's not a crime." But the judge, an older man with conservative leanings, seemed skeptical. Is justice blind or biased? Maya wondered. Elodie squeezed her hand under the table, but the fear was mutual. The hearing dragged, exposing raw family rifts. Alex spoke against them, claiming Maya was brainwashed. The betrayal stung deepest. My own brother turning on me for what? Approval? Maya thought. Elodie countered with poise, detailing their genuine relationship. But whispers in the gallery, judgmental eyes from community members, amplified the societal pressure. Outside, protesters from a local church held signs, "Protect family values." The weight crushed Maya. Post-hearing, the couple retreated to a cafe decompressing. "We won a delay," Elodie said, but victory felt hollow. Maya stared into her coffee. "At what cost? My family's hatred is permanent now." Elodie sensed her turmoil. "We're in this together." But Elodie harbored her own doubts. If we win, will resentment linger? The moral quandary loomed. Was pursuing love selfish if it destroyed others? Back home, anonymous threats arrived. Calls accusing them of immorality, eggs thrown at the door. Societal backlash intensified. Maya's job search stalled. Potential employers Googled her name and found the court drama. "My identity is now a liability," she realized bitterly. Elodie lost a friend who sided with traditional values. The isolation deepened their bond but heightened the stakes. A turning point came when Maya's mother showed up unannounced. "Please, Maya, end this," she begged, eyes pleading. Maya wavered. "She's suffering too. Am I the villain?" But Elodie intervened. "Mrs. Thompson, love isn't a choice to revoke." The confrontation escalated into shouts, Maya's mother leaving in tears. Maya collapsed, sobbing. "I've broken her heart. Is this right?" Elodie comforted her, but internally battled anger. "Why must I defend our existence?" She reached out to her own family for support, but even they expressed concerns about the drama. The moral lines blurred. Loyalty to partner versus self-preservation. One evening, Elodie suggested therapy for them as a couple. Maya agreed, seeing it as a lifeline. Sessions unearthed deep-seated issues. Maya's internalized homophobia, Elodie's fear of rejection. Progress was slow, painful. Meanwhile, Alex escalated the betrayal. He leaked private texts to a local conservative blog, twisting them to portray Elodie as predatory. The online backlash exploded. Hate comments, doxing threats. Maya scrolled through them, horrified. This is the price of visibility. Elodie shut down her social media. But the damage was done. Friends distanced themselves. Work became hostile. In a moment of desperation, Maya confronted Alex alone at a park. "Why hate me so much?" she asked. He hesitated. "It's not hate. It's fear for your soul, for our family." Maya saw his vulnerability. He's trapped in the same cage. But forgiveness felt impossible. Returning home, she told Elodie, who fumed. He's complicit in their cruelty. The divide widened, testing their unity. As the court date loomed, anxiety peaked. Maya dreamed of reconciliation, but reality bit hard. Choose. Conform and lose myself, or fight and lose them. Elodie echoed similar thoughts. The drama culminated in a heated argument where Elodie accused Maya of weakness. "Stand up for us." Maya shot back. "I'm trying, but you're not the one losing everything." The words revealed the unequal burdens, forcing reflection. Reconciliation attempts faltered as the court reconvened. The judge dismissed the restraining order, citing lack of evidence, but admonished Maya. Family matters should be resolved privately. The victory rang hollow. Maya's parents stormed out, vowing to appeal. Outside, reporters swarmed, turning their private pain public. "Now the world judges us," Maya thought, shielding her face. Elodie pulled her away, but the exposure invited more scrutiny. Backlash intensified. Maya's father, a prominent businessman, used connections to pressure her workplace, leading to her layoff. Performance issues, they claimed, but Maya knew better. Economic warfare. That's their new tactic. Broke and humiliated, she leaned on Elodie, who stretched her finances thin. Resentment brewed. "Why must I carry this load?" Elodie pondered, exhaustion setting in. Seeking allies, they attended a pride event, finding community strength. Stories of similar struggles inspired Maya. "We're not anomalies, we're fighters." But a counter-protest erupted, chants of hate echoing. A thrown bottle narrowly missed them, heightening fears. Elodie clutched Maya's hand. "Is safety a luxury we can't afford?" The ultimate betrayal unfolded when Maya's parents accused Elodie of theft, claiming she stole family heirlooms during a visit Maya never made. Police arrived at dawn, handcuffing Elodie. "This is a mistake," Maya screamed. At the station, the charges unraveled as fabricated, but the arrest lingered on record. Elodie, released, seethed. "They tried to jail me to break us." Maya confronted her family by phone. "How could you?" Her mother sobbed. "To save you." The moral abyss deepened. Love twisted into vengeance. Elodie, traumatized, considered leaving Chicago. "I can't live like this," Maya begged. "Don't abandon me." But Elodie's trust eroded. If her family goes this far, what next? Therapy sessions turned raw, exposing cracks. Maya admitted, "I feel responsible for your pain." Elodie countered, "But you won't cut them off." The impasse forced soul-searching. A glimmer emerged when Alex reached out secretly. "I was wrong," he confessed over coffee. "Seeing the hate, it opened my eyes." Maya was wary. Is this genuine or a trap? He revealed their parents' plan to commit her to a facility under false pretenses. Horrified, Maya alerted authorities, turning the tables. The investigation exposed the family's schemes, leading to charges against her parents for harassment. The reversal brought mixed emotions. Maya testified against them, heartbreaking, betraying blood for truth. Is this justice? Elodie supported her, but the trial strained them further. Media frenzy labeled it a family versus love saga, polarizing opinions. Supporters rallied, detractors vilified. During a recess, Maya's mother approached. "I'm sorry," she whispered, broken. Maya froze. Forgiveness or finality? She walked away, choosing self-preservation. The verdict? Guilty on minor counts, probation. Her parents' empire crumbled. Reputation tarnished. Business suffering. Maya felt hollow victory. "I've won freedom but lost innocence." Elodie and Maya relocated to a quieter suburb, starting anew. Jobs stabilized. Community embraced them. But scars remained. Elodie proposed therapy continuation. Maya agreed. Intimacy returned slowly, built on hard-won trust. Yet doubts whispered. Was the fight worth the wreckage? One evening over wine, Maya reflected. I chose us, but at what price? Elodie smiled faintly. The price of authenticity. Their bond strengthened through fire. But the journey's toll was evident in quiet moments. Maya contacted Alex occasionally, mending fences cautiously. Her parents faded into distance, a painful but necessary severance. As life normalized, societal echoes persisted. Bills for equality, glances of judgment. But resilience grew. Maya volunteered at the support group helping others. Elodie pursued passions delayed by drama. Together they navigated the aftermath, questioning choices. Did we do right? Years blended into a tentative peace, but the past shadows never fully dissipated. Maya and Elodie built a life. A cozy home, shared dreams, yet triggers resurfaced. A family holiday ad on TV stirred Maya's longing. Could reconciliation ever happen? She wondered. Elodie noticed, offering comfort, but her own wounds ached. We've paid dearly. Is more pain worth it? One day a letter arrived from Maya's mother. I miss you. Let's talk. Maya debated endlessly. Forgive the unforgivable? Elodie urged caution. They nearly destroyed us. The moral dilemma reignited. Redemption versus protection. Maya met her mother in a neutral cafe, tension thick. We were wrong, her mother admitted, aged by regret. Maya listened, heart conflicted. Words are easy, actions scarred. The meeting unearthed buried emotions. Her mother revealed therapy, shifting views. Society fed our fears. Maya nodded, but anger flared. You tried to jail Elodie. Tears flowed. Can love mend this rift? Back home, Maya shared with Elodie, who felt threatened. What if it's a ploy? The trust issues resurfaced, testing their foundation. Maya chose limited contact, boundaries firm. Her father refused change, but her mother persisted gently. Alex became a bridge, advocating acceptance. Family gatherings loomed as tests. At one awkward but civil, Maya introduced Elodie. Whispers ensued, but no explosions. Progress or facade? Maya pondered. Elodie endured for her, but internally questioned. Am I second to them now? Societal shifts aided healing. Laws evolving, attitudes softening. But personal battles raged. Maya faced workplace discrimination subtly, fueling advocacy. Elodie wrote a blog anonymously, sharing their story, inspiring thousands. Feedback mixed. Support and hate. Visibility's double-edged, they realized. A crisis hit when Elodie's health scare, stress-induced, forced reflection. This drama nearly killed me, she confessed in hospital. Maya guilt-stricken. My family's legacy. Vowing change, Maya severed ties with holdouts, prioritizing Elodie. The decision liberated but mourned. Sacrifice for love, eternal cycle. Recovery strengthened them. They traveled, exploring freedoms denied before. In San Francisco, amid pride parades, Maya proposed. Through hell, you're my heaven. Elodie accepted, tears joyful. The wedding, intimate, symbolized triumph. Friends cheered. Alex attended, a tentative ally. Absent parents haunted but not defining. Post-honeymoon, life settled. Careers flourished. Community deepened. Yet, quiet nights brought introspection. Maya journaled. Was outing myself worth the war? Yes, for authenticity. Elodie echoed but added. The cost was steep. They debated ethics. Families' right to beliefs versus individuals to love. One evening, watching news on similar struggles, Maya turned to Elodie. We survived, but others don't. Advocacy became their purpose, speaking at events. Impact grew, but so did threats. The fight never ends, they acknowledged. In a reflective moment, Maya asked Elodie, did we make the right choices? Elodie smiled. We chose truth. But questions lingered, fueling growth. Their story, once private agony, became beacon. Yet, the human toll, broken bonds, scarred psyches prompted eternal query. Was it right to prioritize personal love over family loyalty, even when that loyalty demanded denying one's true self?